Chelsea versus Paris Saint-Germain at Stamford Bridge. One of the most glamorous fixtures in world football. Beamed to hundreds of millions worldwide. With football worth over £20 billion a year, this is the image they want to sell to the world. But there's a darker element lurking close to the surface. Last year, we revealed the world of the football youth fan. The secret clash is held well away from stadiums and CCTV.
This is when you find out whether you're a football thug or just a civilian. It's group violence, it's not one-on-one at the pub.
But last season, it became more brazen and more public, with fighting even breaking out inside the stadiums.
If anything did kick off, I would stand, I wouldn't run.
The firms have become more confident.
Football violence is like heroin. Once you've had a hit, you're just looking for the next buzz.
They see me marching towards them, going nuts. They start thinking, oh, tight, what have we got ourselves into?
They're even fighting more on our transport network. Football's European governing body warns of a return to hooliganism's dark days.
We are a pack. We're a family unit. That's what Wolves are.
In this film, we follow the new generation making a name for themselves.
Everyone knows you're looking for trouble, you're going to get it.
And see how life has fared for those who've already made their mark.
There's a lot goes on between the English firms and other firms. The Palomine, he got stabbed up his arse.
To see just how far the rules of Football Fight Club have now changed.
Girls are supposed to go out and do girl stuff. I don't.
The West Midlands is one of football's hotbeds. With 6 clubs all within a 30-mile radius, the region is home to some of the most active youth firms in the country.
This here, this is my flat. This is where when I came from Stoke, this is where I came. Look, see that there? See that on the wall? They're my initials, CD. Probably done that when I was about 9.
For Wolverhampton Wanderers fan and father of 2, Denny, fighting's always been a way of life.
I was like the only black geezer in the whole school. My mum always made sure I defended myself. If I ever came home crying, she would send me back out. Be like, go outside and fight your battle, you know what I mean? It's always been like that. So when I moved to Wolverhampton, it was just like second nature. This area has got a gang problem. When I was around 13, 2 of my friends getting killed due to knife crime, you know what I mean? It's an easy progression to go to gang violence. I was about 14, 15 when I first started to sway towards the football violence element of it. You start to see these older lads dressed nice, you know, all the casual stuff. You start to try and dress like them, you know what I mean? And then when you start to dress like them, you start wanting to be like them as well. You want something more, it's like a belonging. Like for me to just get my season ticket, get my hot chocolate at half time and watch that game and walk out and go home, it's not enough for me. I just need to do something extra.
The search for something extra has seen Denny rise to become the top boy at one of the country's most active youth firms. Wolves Youth, part of the Yam Yam Army.
Wolverhampton's a tough city, you know what I mean? Everyone knows. You come to Wolverhampton and you're looking for trouble, you're going to get it. If Cardiff come over, Stoke or whatever, you know what I mean? We want them to say, look, you can't take the piss in Wolves.
You represent something, eh? Exactly, that's what you represent. Wolves, so you look after your town, you look after your people, eh? So
We are a pack. We're a family unit. That's what Wolves are. We're brothers in arms.
What harm do you think you do as a football lad?
Obviously, if you walk around in mobs of 100 through cities, I can imagine it being a bit intimidating for someone that doesn't know the culture.
It's clashes like this one with the Birmingham Zulus firm that have earned the Yam Yams their notorious reputation. Since Denny started at the age of 14, the firm has evolved to embrace members from all walks of life.
People can see it as just straight scumbags, you know what I mean? But far from it. I've got lads that come with us that are like firefighters, teachers, professional people. Everyone's got that same hunger, that same desire.
Wolves youth have a reputation for taking the fight on the road at every opportunity.
Yeah, we are known for travelling away. We always travel away.
How many teams take 100 to Millwall? Us. No one turns up in Millwall.
There remains one big away day ambition that Denny is yet to achieve, taking on a European firm.
That would be like, you know what I mean, it would be one thing I would like to tick off in my life, you know what I mean?
But of the 92 clubs in England, only 7 get to play in Europe. Wolves haven't been there since 1972. The only way Denny can realise his ambition is to be invited along as a guest by another firm. The number of matchday arrests may have gone down, but last season saw a significant rise in football disorder inside the stadiums. In February, police came under attack when 200 Millwall fans tried to storm the home section at Rotherham United. A month later, violence broke out between Leeds and Blackpool fans. And 9 were arrested for fighting during a League Two clash between Rochdale and Oldham. Even the Premier League, where clubs spend over £10 million a year on policing, has not been without incident. Tottenham Hotspur, home to West Ham, is one of London's most bitterly contested derbies. Despite the heavy police presence, just before kick-off, rival fans clash right outside the ground. For the past 10 years, one 25-year-old has been at the heart of battles like this.
2 bits of historical places that are interesting me. The hospital where my daughter was born, and just going to prison where I spent my last prison sentence.
How long were you inside?
For the last time, 3 months inside there.
Was that football related?
Football related, yeah. My daughter was born in this hospital May the 11th, the day I got my first banning order, because I was in court in the morning.
Dante spent his youth rising up the ranks to become one of Spurs' top boys, leading them into countless clashes, like this street battle against Brighton. He may have served 3 prison terms for football violence, but he's now trying to keep on the straight and narrow.
It's weird, isn't it? I've got to take it on the chin, but obviously when I come out, I said I'm not going to make the same mistake again.
But no more prison then?
You know what I mean? You can never say no, never. Hopefully I can keep my nose completely clean. They've had enough of my young years out of me in the justice system.
Despite his desire to change, fighting has always been a huge part of Dante's life.
So that's why I got my first beating at the bottom of that tower. I got battered in a fight. Got absolutely weighed in. I got home, I got told off by my mum. I had to go out and fight the geezer about 2 weeks later.
In order to stay away from the firm, Dante thinks he's come up with a plan.
Yeah, good, you? That's it, all the way down. All the way down. That's it. 12, 13, 14. Push it, push it, push it, push it. I've been in prison 3 times for football now. I just want to sort of find a way to harness that aggression and that sort of fighting skills that I've learnt and to harness it in like a legitimate manner.
Dante's just been signed up for his first professional mixed martial arts fight.
Breathe. You know, if you get a few wins under your belt, get noticed, if you're pulling a good crowd, you could make a bit of dough out of it.
Bend the legs, bend the legs.
To get his professional fighting career on track, Dante's enlisted the help of local trainer, Chris Power.
You feel that your rep helps you in your fighting, or?
I don't know, it gives me a support, but then firms I've done outside who ain't got the arsehole to do nothing back to me personally are going to be hoping that I lose.
With his first fight in just 3 weeks, Dante is going to have to rely heavily on his 10 years in the firm.
Come on!
I was fucking built to be a football hooligan. The whole just going into another mob, the adrenaline in your heart's just going and it's like yes, and like the only way I can explain it is if you've got a proper like glamour model, like massive tits, a lovely ass, and you've been trying to pull her for about a month.
So the chase.
Yeah, and you finally get hold of her, and you're just about to bolt your load, and as that row happens, that is you like ejaculating. It's like yes. Every other row I've ever had in my life, if someone's pissed me off or I've got the I'll just go and smash them straight away. Or if I'm not going to go and smash them, I'll go and have it out with them. Like, we'll go and deal with that problem instantly. Whereas this is like, it's been going on for ages. You know it's coming. And even like now, you just sort of just want to turn up and just do it. Do you know what I mean?
When was the last time you had a fight?
What, in real life? Or what do you mean? Like, what football or...
Whatever. It's the last time you actually felt like you had a proper...
No comment. No comment. I'm a reformed character.
While Dante might be struggling to leave the world of the firm, 400 miles away in the small Scottish town of Hamilton, someone else is just starting their journey.
People always judge you because they say, oh, you're a girl and stuff, you never go to the games and get a lot of grief. Girls are supposed to go out and do girl stuff. I don't.
17-year-old Brogan is studying to do law at university. But at the weekends, she runs with the Accies Casual Force, the youth firm of Hamilton Academicals.
Welcome to paradise. This is where it all happens.
Where are we?
Hamilton Academicals. New Douglas Park.
Hamilton are one of the smallest clubs in Scottish football's top flight.
This is where I go to get in. There's in there, section A. That's where we sit. You can only get in that section if you're cool enough. I decide.
Up until now, football firms have been an exclusively male world.
What is it you love about it?
The excitement. I mean, the adrenaline, just dress the same, listen to the same music, you're on the same wavelength, you feel part of something. If it did kick off then, I wouldn't run. I definitely wouldn't run.
Do you get a buzz when it does happen?
Aye. It's a weird feeling, but you know, if it does kick off and you're there, you know what I mean? You want your boys to be there. You want the, aye, it does. It's a buzz.
Traditionally, girls have been kept on the periphery of football firms, dismissed by the boys as groupies or hooligan hoes.
What's the deal with you and boys? You got a boyfriend?
No. Nope. Don't want one.
Why?
I think they hold you back. See that, they never stop texting me.
Who?
The boys.
How many boys have been texting you today?
Oh, I couldn't count. I couldn't recall it. That many. My phone's broke. My phone's broke with it all.
Do you ever get boys hitting you in the football?
I think they'll fancy me. But I don't think anyone would ever try it. I think boys find me a bit wild. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I like being wild.
It's this wild side that worries her mum, Joanne.
It's the other people, like the casual side of it. Because Brogan Wheel is the only girl that goes there, if boys approach her and she's no going to be, I don't know, I just feel as if that side of it I don't like. They think, oh, look at her, she's one of the Hamilton Archie casuals. That's the bit I kind of worry about. You're just not going to tell Brogan no to do anything, because she's just going to do it.
I just be me. Do you know what I mean? I'm just being me, no being fake for anybody. I can handle myself, but if anything did kick off, it's out of my hands. I can't do it about it if I'm there, I'm there. I would stand, I wouldn't run.
Brogan's life with the firm might just be beginning. For Dante, after years as a top boy, that life has got even more complicated. He's just become a dad for the second time.
I ain't no good at this.
Why?
You can't have a baby looking sweet with looking like a granny, do you know what I mean?
Would you let your little girl join a film when she's older?
No, don't be silly. I don't know, I wouldn't mind them going out with someone if they was decent from like the firm. Obviously, not anyone else's firm.
What if your principal saying like a West Ham fan?
It's not about a fan, innit? It's about the way they conduct themselves. They can support West Ham and not really talk about it that much, and so they might just like looking at their results or something. If they come in my face talking about West Ham constantly and trying to have digs at Tottenham, then they're not going to last long on a dinner table before I stick a fork in their nose or something.
It's not just family life forcing Dante to change his ways. He's one of the 1,800 people currently serving a football banning order.
So I'm banned till 2020, and obviously that's the centre of London. This is Tottenham Hotspur football ground, that's the fortress. So I'm banned from 2-mile radius.
When are you banned from there then?
6 hours before the game, 6 hours after. So I'm not allowed within that zone, Tottenham there, yeah. I'm also banned from Queen's Park Rangers Football Club. I've got the Wembley one. I'm not allowed from round here, up through Kilburn, and cover sort of this area.
It's not just stadiums that Dante is banned from.
So basically it'd be 1 mile of King's Cross and then also 1 mile of Euston. So we've got 1 mile of Waterloo, we've got 1 mile of Liverpool Street, Victoria Station. This ain't got Luton on it, has it? I'm banned from Luton as well. It affects me massively, when I'm at work, I can sometimes be in breach of my banning order because we're playing during the week, and you can play on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know what I mean? Even a Thursday if Tottenham are playing in Europe on a Thursday. I'm not saying that I ain't been naughty. Everyone knows that I've been mischievous and caused aggro, but I've done my bit of porridge, I've done my time behind the door. There's probably a high chance that I could actually breach that banning order at some point in that time, and then I'm back to square one.
What happens if you breach a banning order?
A 6-month jail and possibly a 5 grand fine, like worst case scenario.
Denny, from the Wolves Yam Yam Army, is on his way down to London.
Yeah, I'm just on the train now. Yeah. Probably landing about half an hour.
He's found an English firm that will allow him to fulfil his ambition of an away day against European opposition.
Yeah, then get off there and probably catch a taxi to the pub.
Football lads call this kind of arrangement guesting.
Is it strange to be going to another club, to another team?
Yeah, because I don't do that, you know what I mean? A lot of firms have got affiliates with other firms and that, but I've never done that, you know what I mean? If we've done anything, it's for Wolves and only Wolves, you know what I mean? But this is a bit different circumstances, you know what I mean?
By guesting, Denny may have a chance to test himself against a firm from the continent. Last season saw violent clashes between rival fans and police all across Europe. Deal, Everton fans clashed with police and rival supporters. Greece's league was suspended due to persistent crowd violence. In Germany, Frankfurt and Cologne firms fought running street battles.
Excited, like, got a bit of butterflies, you know what I mean? Just feel like something new, you know what I mean? I don't know what to expect.
Do you think there'll be any trouble tonight?
Yeah, I don't know, it's a possibility, you know what I mean?
In Scotland, 17-year-old Brogan is running late for her pre-match meet.
Out there, he's Johnson. Basically, Aki's need to win this to finish top 6. I think they will win. I'm saying 2-0. I get a lot of grief, especially from men, about how I should dress, or if I dress like this, I'm a casual. When I'm with my pals and I'm ready to go to football and we're all wearing the same stuff, we'll get a police escort. I don't know why I'm getting a police escort. I'm just a 17-year-old girl who got to football, wearing better clothes than the police.
Brogan and the Aki's casual force, the Hamilton youth firm, have got all the local tongues wagging.
Dennis.
She's the talk of the place. You know what she is? The talk of the place, you know.
In what way?
What she's doing, going to football with all the boys, and I think it's a good thing, aye. I don't see any hassle in it at all. I've always thought it was a man's or a guy's thing, but it's good to see lasses and that are going to, well, she's doing it anyway, so hopefully somebody, other folk will do it, follow her footsteps, like the lasses and all, know what I mean?
How well do you know that world?
Well, I went through it all years and years ago, and it all came out. I fought football my days, so, and I don't see any change in it now.
There's a lot of change in it now.
Aye, but
like,
where Brogan's coming from, Joanne, it's different.
It's a different culture now. It's been, see, it's obviously when we were young, there were no knives, and now at football, they're using knives and all the rest of it. You know what I mean?
This is when it all happens. The buzz.
It's time. On the Ackies.
Denny's arrived in London. He's now got to meet one of the top boys from the firm he'll be guesting with later. But it won't be the first time their paths have crossed.
Happening, mate. You right, yeah?
Yeah, man. Sweet, yeah, man. Sweet, sorted. Yeah. The last time I saw him, he was probably red in the face. You know what I mean? He's growling at me.
We just sort of locked horns with each other, and I just think that afterwards, sort of like there was, like, I respected him. I think it goes both ways.
Yeah,
like, both respected each other. Both knew we was on our jobs that day.
2 years ago, these top boys brought their two youth firms together for a fight. But to avoid the police, it didn't happen at a Spurs-Wolves game. They chose a neutral location in a quiet suburban town. And bizarrely, a friendship was formed.
I don't think I've been in a fight where so many punches are thrown.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of punches for a shorter period.
I'd say it was a good, you know what I mean, 10 minutes, you know, and that's a long time, and no police.
Just people getting decked.
Yeah.
I was covered in blood. I've walked into this McDonald's with everyone eating their Happy Meals and Big Mac meals. And I walked in and was like, where's the toilet? I need to clean myself up. Like, everyone, like, you know, like half eating their burger, like, it was like the Elephant Man just walked in.
Numbers got exchanged. I got his number, and I got his pal's number as well. And we used to speak over BB. That's when BB was kind of big then, you know what I mean?
Two young mixed-race lads into football, like, so that's quite a rare thing these days, especially like with sort of like gang life taking over sort of like mixed race and black culture. Like, there's not a lot of black lads or mixed race lads that go to football that are our sort of age anymore.
Yeah.
With Dante banned from attending tonight's game, he's going to introduce Denny to the other senior members of the firm.
Found out this fixture happened, I thought, yeah, I'm going to get in touch with you, try and line up some tickets, you know what I mean, so I can see what Fiorentina are like, you know what I mean, and move around here and see what it's like, you know what I mean, want a little taste for it, you know what I mean.
Yeah, the foreign teams are actually travelling nowadays, so they probably will turn up tonight. So.
Yeah, I saw about 6 of them on the train on the way down, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Where are they, like?
Denny heads off to the match. but the other members of the Spurs firm prevent any further filming from taking place. Back in Hamilton, Brogan is on her way to meet up with the boys from the firm before the match.
Train over. No got the pub. Got to get all the younger ones. Go a bit of Midgy Lane. Go there.
What's Midgy Lane?
Just where all the younger ones go, the youth that can't get at the pub, they'll go there.
But there's a problem. The rival sets of fans have already clashed, and the police have moved them on.
A few other the away team, their fans, ended up in the same place as them, so the police had to move everybody. Through what I've heard anyway. You've got to find out. Oi! Mate, I heard what's happening forward. How you doing?
She tells us a lot. She should have been born a boy, but Brogan's just one of us. She's the same thing, she dresses the same. She loves her football, loves her pipe. She's one of the lads. She's been here since before I came, and I came and she's welcomed me in and made me feel one of the lads.
Well, you have to say how you feel about me here.
I feel alright about it. I mean, it's quite brave of her, isn't it?
Am I a good dresser? No bad. No bad. I know what bus you get to school.
I wouldn't want to say anything back there, she's mad. But she's just like a family, so she's one of her own.
Do you think you boys would be quite protective over her?
Very, very protective over Brogan. It's a tight-knit community. She's a like, major family.
I love that buzz. I love the buzz, you know, even though I'm not going to get involved in any fighting, I love the buzz that maybe that could happen. If I was a boy, I think I'd be ranked up high. I understand where they come from, do you know what I mean? I understand the buzz because I've made them on, they're all buzzing especially for it. And because I am a girl, it does limit me, do you know what I mean? I'm limited to what I can say and do.
She's kind of broke the barrier a wee bit. I mean, you know, she's like to play the dresser, but at the end of the day, she's actually with us, and she's just as game as we are.
So what happened after I left you earlier?
Just linked up with a couple old school Tottenham lads.
Anything happened outside the ground?
No, not to my knowledge, no.
Although no trouble occurred at Tottenham, one of the other group ties in Rome has seen Feyenoord fans engage in running battles with riot police. 33 were arrested as they fought in the heart of the city centre.
It looks like the police, you know what I mean, are just trying to back them up and trying to gain control, like, with some heavy-handed tactics. It's pretty mad, you know. The police in the UK are not using these tactics no more. They used to be all in black boiler suits, face was recovered, they had buttons, you know what I mean, didn't know who it was, no badges or whatever, and it was just, they seemed like they was on it just as much as the lads, you know what I mean? I've experienced it firsthand myself, so everything what's going on there, you know what I mean? I know that feeling, you know what I mean?
So you think that this is you for the rest of your life?
I can't say I'm not going to be, there's no way in this planet I'm going to be the same I was when I was 17, but, you know what I mean? I'm always going to have that in me, you know what I mean?
170 miles north, it's match day for one of the giants of the Premier League, Manchester City. One of England's top clubs also has one of the country's most notorious youth firms, the Blazing Squad. its leader is Carl. As their top boy, he's taken them on the road against firms up and down the country.
Plasto, that's East London, that'd be a West Ham match back in 2010. Stokes, 09, Wigan 08, Liverpool Lime Street 08, Stockport 07, United away in the midweek cup game, that was a good one. Barnsley, Stockport, with a West Ham ticket. It's not just you got a picture, it represents that day. Something might have happened that day. It could be like you've had a big row that day, a big fight, or even just you've had a laugh with your mates that day or whatever, so.
The Blazing Squad have been at the heart of street battles, like this one against arch-rivals Manchester United. But recent years have been a problem.
Banned, banned, banned and banned.
Carl's officially been banned for this season.
It just makes everything that little bit harder. You have to go out of your way to do just little things like meeting up. So you all live different parts of town. You have to go through town to get to where you go, and you're banned from town. So it's just fucking about. It makes things that much harder.
Do you miss it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But for Carl at least, that's all coming to an end. His ban is up in a few weeks, and he's off to get new gear in preparation for his return.
Yeah, not bad at all. Got some nice city colours for you, mate, if you're interested, yeah, some stuff over here. Fresh in today, this.
Is that new in, yeah?
Yeah, new in, yeah.
Have you got that with the yellow?
No, it is due in, though. Probably, yeah, probably later this year, though, mate. I thought you fancied red's your favourite colour, though, mate, isn't it? Being a City fan. So, yeah, you're staying out of trouble there, mate, yeah?
Trying to, yeah, trying to. It's a personal thing. Some people, the clothes is the most important thing. For others, it's not. As for me, it's part of being a football lad is the clothes and that.
Why is that?
It's about looking good and that. No one wants to be in a firm and be known as looking like tramp sort of thing. It's nice to look nice, but it separates us from normal fans, what we call shirters or scarves. We wear the club clothes and the scarves and that. We wear our own thing to separate us sort of thing. You can tell who's there.
Is it like an unofficial uniform?
You could say that, yeah. Because a lad can tell another group of lads can tell another group of lads out like that, just through the clothes. So if another firm was coming to your town that day, say, from a fair distance where you can spot, yeah, that's a firm, there they are, without even being close enough to speak to them sort of thing.
With just 11 days to go until Dante steps into the ring for his first professional fight, he's come to have a one-on-one session with top boxing trainer Don Charles.
There's all different types of fighters. Dante is a guy who likes to fight naturally, yeah? So the idea is for him to not do it for a living, to fight and get paid for it instead of fighting for nothing. Yeah. Hence why we're looking after these babies, you know, these hands, these are your tools to make you money. Right, let's get it on. Thank you. Again. Control. Give me a double roll. There, good. There.
For Dante, the big challenge is taming his inner football street fighter. A previous amateur bout didn't go exactly to plan.
The last fight I was in, it was a charity do for one of our boys and that, and got in there it was like 900 Spurs supporters there, all shouting like Yid's going mental. And I remember getting in there before my mate said to me, "Oh, he's on your manor, he's taking a piss out of you." And I got in my head, I was like, yeah, he fucking is taking a piss out of me. And I just, for like a split moment, I thought I was at football. My hands went down, and I just screamed out at the top of my voice, "Come on in, you cunt, let's have it." And he's like, his face was horrified. I remember looking at my corner, but like, no, like that. And yeah, I just went into him.
Yes, he is.
Of course I fucking am.
There you go. Time. Yeah, it's a true Spurs.
Across the country, a new hotspot is emerging. Football fights are no longer hidden from public view. They're spilling onto the nation's platforms, carriages and stations. According to the British Transport Police, football-related incidents rose to over 600 last season, like this clash between Chelsea and Spurs fans. In January, Denny took the Wolves Yam Yam Army to Bolton for an away day. After the match, this footage emerged online of Wolves fans, including Denny, being taunted by Bolton lads as they waited for their train home. It's 3 months on, and Denny has been charged with criminal damage relating to the train incident, but refuses to talk about it on camera. Tonight, he's out with another member of the firm, Junior.
Can you see that? Original Zulu killers. Because we finished Birmingham's mob off.
With a court case looming, Denny and also Junior are reassessing their commitment to the firm. They're looking to join a new, non-violent yet secretive group known as WV1, the Wolves Ultras.
The police are really hot on it now. So a lot of lads are trying to start up ultra scenes.
It's like a higher level of supporting. You are the ultras, you know what I mean? You're taking it to the next level because your passion for that club is like that much, you know what I mean?
Ultras started out in South America, combining extreme politics and football before spreading to Europe. While violence can play a part, most ultras favour graffiti, banners and displays. Denny and Junior are hoping this might wean them off their love of violence.
Football violence is like heroin. Once you've had a hit, you're just looking for the next buzz. You want it again, you want more and more and more. For me, doing a little bit of graffiti is like, it's like methadone. I have to let the animal out of the cage now and again, but with my job, I'm a professional person, so I can't be having people know who I am. You know, my family don't know I do this. People who I work with don't know I do this. I keep it all stum. It's not something that I like to tell people about, but I do it for me.
Junior isn't the only one with something to lose. With a young family to support, this brush with the law has reminded Denny of a previous dark chapter in his life. Prison.
I lost my mum while I was away. Probably like about 17 months into my sentence. So when it happened, I was broken, you know what I mean?
How did your mum feel when you went to prison for football violence?
Oh, she was upset. If you're gonna consistently break the law, you're gonna have to pay the price. Is it worth it? There's other things that are similar, you know what I mean? The things that are more positive, the things that ain't gonna get you jail, that you can do, that can give you that buzz, you know what I mean?
Man City, like Chelsea and Spurs, are one of the privileged English clubs competing in Europe this season. This gives their firm the chance of an away day in some of Europe's most glamorous locations. At least for those who've not yet caught the authorities' eye.
What is it?
It is a letter. I can tell you it's off straight away by the London mark on it. It's off the football banning orders, people. Report on the 26th or the 27th of March, anytime, to Bury Police Station to surrender your passport. Failure to apply is a criminal offence that carries on conviction a term of imprisonment up to 6 months and or a fine up to £5,000. You know you're banned, so you don't forget, but it's sort of maybe like a reminder of what you're missing out on, sort of thing. If I weren't banned, yeah, I'd be going. I'd make sure I was going, yeah.
These rare European away days carry an extra edge.
There's a lot goes on between English firms and other firms. A pal of mine, he went away to Italy to watch his team. And a bit of trouble went on and that, and he got stabbed. He got stabbed up his arse. For all the places to be stabbed, eh?
Carl doesn't have long to wait till he can join up with the rest of his firm. As part of the build-up, he's continuing with his preparations for his return.
Yeah, right.
What are you getting done today, Carl?
Getting the old City badge on my forearm.
How many have you got now then?
I think this will be number 15.
15?
This is number 15, yeah.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, really.
Been any games recently, mate?
Not with this band now. I'll come off it soon though.
How active have you been since you've been banned?
Not as active as I was before.
I've never really asked you what it is you enjoy about fighting.
You put me on the spot here. I don't know really. I just like it. I'm good at it.
Do you like fighting, Luke?
Me? No, I'm a pacifist.
Loving at a fighter.
Yeah, I love that. My past is that I'm an ex-police officer, but which may have an art background. Are you planning on doing it for a long while, Carl, or do you see it an exit?
I can see myself calming down on it and not going as much, but I don't think I could see myself ever not going at all.
Have you had any serious injuries?
Just the usual, like your black eyes, your broken noses, your cheekbones, and one bad one was a brick on the head. That was a good few staples and stitches on the head. That was a bad one. No, yeah, happy with that. Good, yeah. Nice one.
In Scotland, Brogan's mum, Joanne, is getting increasingly concerned about her daughter's involvement with the Hamilton youth firm.
There's no lassies, Brogan, that go to what happens if a fight breaks out. You could be caught up in this thing, that's what worries me. And there's always going to be one person that you've got to stick out like a sore thumb, and they're going to start, oh, look what she's wearing, do you think you're a casual?
If stuff was happening, it would be arranged and people would go and do it elsewhere. It wouldn't be just, obviously sometimes you come out the ground and all the wee fans come out the ground, you start shouting to each other and stuff like that. But if there is fighting nowadays, I think it's all arranged. I think my mum mostly cares about me on with 30, 40 boys. Because it'd be weird if my brothers were hanging about with 30, 40 girls. Do you know what I mean? I think she finds that a bit intimidating. I think she's scared when I'm in, especially in places 3 hours away, where she can't just come and get me, collect me.
You're going up to these places, up to Dundee, same as with the Motherwell Cat, when you go to Motherwell, you know this is going to happen. There's always going to be...
But I like knowing there's maybe something going to happen.
You like knowing that?
Aye, but I'm not involved, but I like knowing maybe something's going to happen. That's what the buzz...
It's going to happen with you, but I'll know people your way. So how do you get a buzz out of that?
It's just that, yeah, you don't know until you're there. And if we're at a train station, which always happens, and the away fans are at our side, and they start throwing stuff and that, and that's all the buzz about it. It's just, that's the excitement. I know my limits. I know, right, I can't throw something back here. I love knowing that, oh, something might happen.
A leisure centre in Milton Keynes is the venue for Dante's debut professional fight. With 24 hours to go, the weigh-in will be Dante's first opportunity to come face to face with his opponent.
That's your boy over there with the hood up. Tomorrow you're going to try and take his head up, and he's going to try and take your head up. So, how you deal with it's down to you as an individual. I've seen people win a fight at the weigh-in. I've seen them cut to people, stare them down. Yeah, tomorrow, me and you, yeah, and I watch them melt. Next day, it's got nothing left. Yeah. They melt them when they get there, you know. So it's down to you as an individual how you handle it.
Mark Rawlinson.
know the history of this man, first of all? No. Right, this man is a football hooligan.
Is he?
Yeah, and how does that make you feel?
Bothered, mate.
No problem, you. What's your background?
No, I ain't got a background.
No background at all? How does that affect you?
Don't affect me. It's just you're getting done, mate. That's it. Like, you know, I just want to get over and done with. Like.
Also, I did speak to her in a car park. He did tell me he was a gooner as well, which is an arts offence. Ladies and gentlemen, Dante Ball and Mark Rollinson. Well done, lads. That'll do us.
It was weird. I just wanted to attack him. You know what I mean? I've never had that sort of experience where someone's like sort of squaring up to me. I've not belted them in my life, so it was odd. Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to take his head off there. He's up for it. I'm up for it. So let's get it on.
In Manchester, Carl is meeting up with one of the city's old boys, Leon. There's a very significant date approaching.
So when's your ban up?
It's actually, I think it actually ends about 5 days. So like, what, about 3 or 4 days after the last game of the season? It's got to wait till fucking August. Yeah, it's a fucking piss take.
Do you think City's firm will still be up and running when the season starts?
Yeah, I hope so. It's just a bit shit though, because like, I'm coming off my ban, but there's so many what have been put on one since, so it never fucking stops, does it?
Forget all the cliches. I'm a changed man, I'm not going back. Just get back. I got banned about 2001.
What was the ban for then?
There was some plainclothes police in Whitworth Park, and I thought they were Liverpool fans, and they were hanging around the monument. And me and a couple of my pals went over, and they shouted, "Undercover police!" and then fucking got me, and that was it. No sooner as it started, it was over. Yeah, bastards. I don't care who you are. To pack it in full time, there's always going to be moments over the duration of a season where you're going to dip your toe in the water, because that's just how it is. You know, there's still times when I've, you know what I mean, looked out the window and seen something happening and thought, aye, I'd like to be a bit of a part of that. But there's been some times when I think, fuck it.
I suppose the question is, are you actually going to go back to what you were doing last time when you come off your ban?
It's a tough one. It's like I'm off my ban. I'm going to go back down. I'm actually going to go out with all my mates and that. Am I going to be involved to the level I was X amount of years ago? Maybe not, but I'm still going to be about, sort of thing. Yeah, you know, pick and choose, sort of thing. Pick and choose.
All right, this could be the end.
No.
Fucking hell. Right then.
In Hamilton, with the season at an end, 17-year-old student Brogan finds herself at a crossroads.
I'll need to go to uni, so if I want to get where I want to be, that means I'll need to get through university. And I'd love to one day to stand up my criminal court and defend people. I'd love that so much.
Can you ever imagine a time where you have to make a decision, football or my career?
I think it's soon. You can't be a lawyer but go to football with casuals on a Saturday. That's the gross truth. If I ever had to get involved in it and then get a criminal conviction, that means I'd be devastated.
For Brogan to pursue her dream of studying law, she's been told she needs a clean criminal record.
You can't have no convictions, no cautions, no court orders. So if I did have convictions when I applied for this, or any court dates or whatever like that, or any fines, so I mean I probably wouldn't get it. If I'm jumping about football with people that are looking for trouble and stuff, the wrong place, wrong time, I mean, if something happens, and it is so easy to get picked up and the police do anything they can, I mean, to get somebody.
So you don't think you'll be running around with your casual friends in 5 years' time?
I'm going to put it by me.
In Milton Keynes, it's fight night. As a notorious top boy, Dante is one of the main attractions. coachloads of football lads have turned up.
I don't know, I need a word, right? Phil, you're well respected in Tottenham, all right? Same as him. Our security can only look after your guys 50%, yeah? As your friend, right, I'm asking you guys, you've got to be the other 50% for us, right? Keep your boys under control.
No problem.
You think they're going to play up here, or you think they're going to be
Of course they're not going to play up.
No?
We've got the
Boys.
ball to fucking sort them out, haven't they?
After a decade of fighting on the streets, this is Dante's big chance to escape from the world of the firm.
This is no football fight. This is an MMA fight, yeah? So bang, end of that jab, end of that jab. When the time's right, the power one's there for him. Right, you've got your takedowns here.
Yes.
All the basics. Don't do nothing fucking fancy. No Superman punches from out here.
Yeah.
No fucking kicks to the head. None of that. Basics.
A sold-out crowd of 1,000 people have paid £30 a head. But more importantly, Dante will be fighting in front of 150 of his Spurs boys.
You've got 5 minutes, if that, right? He's going to come and get you, you're going to come in, you're going to punch each other's lights out and have some fun, okay?
Welcome your first fighter to the blue corner. Here comes Dante!
Dante has made a promising start. But the fight barely makes it through the first round.
Listen, if you're proper Tottenham fans, you'll get behind your boy here and you'll stand back, yeah? You're going to affect this boy's career. Now get back right now. You boys, get away from him and get to the other side. I'm warning you.
Celebrity compere Alex Reed attempts to act as peacemaker.
Please, turn the other cheek. Be nice to each other. We're the gentleman here, turning his life around, and you guys are messing it up.
What I'm hearing is that someone went up and said to a load of rowdy drunk people, I'm a West Ham supporter, and what he actually done was threw a bottle.
Police are called in, and they're able to finish the fight. Dante may have won, but it was hardly the trouble-free start to the new life that he'd hoped for.
No, mate, after all that football hooligan shit, yeah, he's probably the best behaved person in there. Yeah.
What happened halfway through that disrupted them?
I just kicked off, didn't it, in the crowd. I don't think it was my lot. I think someone else sort of caused trouble, and then it sort of dragged everyone sort of involved. It sort of kicked off, and it's. I mean, I thought it was my lot at first. I was getting a bit disappointed because obviously, if I want to progress and get onto different shows and stuff, then that's going to hinder me. You know what I mean?
How does that compare to the football fight?
No, it's not nowhere near the buzz. Football violence is the greatest buzz you'll ever get in the world. No drug, nothing, no roller coaster, no. Nothing you compare to that.
For Dante, it's now going to be a waiting game to see if he'll be trusted with another bout.